In Season of Discovery Phase 5, the Red Paladins are insanely fun, the Boomkins are destroying everybody, the Rogues are bringing maximum damage and fun to PvP. Except maybe you don't have a level 60 to join in on the fun, or you want to make an ult to try something new. That's where my ultimate leveling guide to get to level 60 as fast as possible. We're talking in less than 2 days. It's really going to come in handy. So we're going to cover the very best add-ons to make leveling so much easier. We're also going to talk the very best locations to level, so you can get the best XP, the best gold, and set yourself up for success. Then we're going to talk huge tricks and very powerful buffs, so you can level 2-3 times faster. Starting out, we want to get add-ons set up. These are going to make leveling significantly faster, especially in Classic WoW. First, I recommend Questy. It puts all the different quest icons on your map, the rune icons for Season of Discovery, really nice. Then I recommend the free WoW Pro add-on. It's essentially a leveling guide. You just follow it step by step by step, and you pair this with TomTom, which is like a GPS coordinate add-on. So it's going to give you an arrow of exactly where to go. Both these add-ons completely free, linked below the video. To set up WoW Pro, you just right-click on the menu once you have WoW Pro installed. Then you just click the old-style guide list button. That's going to pull up the list of guides. You just double-click one and you start blasting levels. So with all your add-ons set up, it is time to pick your server, your class, your race. If you want some help with that, definitely check out my ultimate DPS tier list in the top right. Should give you some good ideas there. So talking optimized leveling route, we're going to start with levels 1 through 12. And for levels 1 through 12, I really recommend just doing all the quests in your starting area. So for my Gnome, for example, I want to start in Dun Moreau. For my Orc, it would be Duratar, for example. Then from level 12 to 20, on Alliance side, you really have two major options. Darkshore being a significantly faster leveling option in my opinion, but you could also go the Loch Modan Westfall route. And the reason you might want to do that is that at a level 17, you really want to hit Dead Mines. A Dead Mines quest run not only gives you 2 full levels, but it's one of the best dungeons in WoW history. Meanwhile, Horde players, they're going to want to hit the Barrens for incredibly fast questing. They're also going to want to do a quest run of Ragefire Chasm, and definitely a quest run of Wailing Caverns as well. Also, during your leveling on Horde, you definitely want to take advantage of the Rend buff. This is going to be dropping all around the Barrens, so you want to stay there as long as you can. Then from levels 20 to 30, on Alliance side, you're primarily hitting the fan-favorite Red Ridge quests. You're hitting Ashenvale, Wetlands, Duskwood, Hillsbrad as well. At level 25 though, I definitely recommend a detour to do a full Stockades quest run. Even repeating Stockades a few times is a good idea, it is just such good XP. On the Horde side though, you're going to want to hit Stonetown, Ashenvale, and really my favorite zone in Hillsbrad. You'll also want to form your own Shadowfang Keep run, not only for the quest, but for really good leveling gear too. Then both factions at level 25 should really prioritize making a Black Fathom Deeps run. You're getting free levels, but you're also getting gear that lasts all the way until level 60. Then from levels 30 to 40, I really recommend you hit my very favorite zone in Shimmering Flats. You'll also want to hit Northern Stranglethorn Vale for all the kill quests. With Phase 5 and Zul'Gurub out, you really want to do as much Stranglethorn Vale as you can, because you can always have the incredibly strong Zandalar buff the whole time you're leveling. Then if you're still going the questing route, finishing off your level 30s, I'd recommend Desolace and Arathi Highlands as well. But let's say you're not a huge questing fan. You can easily just power farm Scarlet Monastery all the way from level 32 all the way to 42. This is also where you should definitely be on the lookout for No Morgan raid runs. Incredibly strong gear and very good XP as well. Then from levels 40 to 50, that is where we really want to prioritize Southern Stranglethorn. Again, with that ZG buff, you're really going to be blasting. I also like to fit in Badlands and Dustwallow Marsh. Really good, especially because you can pick up the Flight Pass, which pay dividends at level 60. At around level 45, though, I like to head to Tanarus for some of the very best quests in the entire game for XP. Once you deplete that zone, Hinterlands, Furalis, Searing Gorge are all really good options as well, though maybe not so much in the Searing Gorge because there is a lot of player versus player there. In your mid-40s as well, you have very easy access to Zul'Farrak, Uldaman, Moradon as well. Very free levels if you're willing to make the groups. My personal favorite option, though, is the new Sunken Temple raid. Not only is the gear incredibly relevant even at level 60, but you're getting a free level or more every single run. You also now have access to the very best incursions, not only for the quest XP, but for amazing kill XP as well if you just want to grind. Whether solo, whether duo, Ashenvale is a very good option mid-40s. If you're duo, you can easily kill the bosses as well for even better XP. Then heading into the 50 to 60 range, we've got Blasted Lands, really good for gold making, especially those items like the Blasted Borlongs for Bis consumes. We've also got Angoro Crater, really good questing XP. Ashura is really nice as well, especially if you want to stick around and grind a few levels. Another one of my favorite zones is Fellwood, because you can get the Songflower buff, and that's going to give you this massive critical strike to really speed up your kill times. You can also hit Burning Steppes, the Western, the Eastern Plague Lands, but with the 150% XP boost, don't feel obligated to do every single zone 50 to 60. One zone I really like to hit though is Winter Spring. You can do quests like Luck Be With You to get fire resistance jujus that are really strong in Molten Core. If you hate questing though, one recommendation is to just spam dungeons like Blackrock Depth from level 52. Or from level 55 to 60, you can just plow through lower Blackrock Spire for incredibly fast XP. If you can't find a dungeon group though, just mob grind in the Feralis Incursion. Free XP all the way to level 60. My current favorite way to level from 53 to 60 though, is just the Blackrock Eruption event every single day. You just pick up the quest in Thorium Point, you find a group in general chat, and whenever the clock is on an even hour like 12, 2, 4, you can easily do these quests. You get a free level, and it's super nice gold as well for consumes. So with our round out of the way, let's talk about some of the craziest tricks you can do to get level 60 in just 2 days. First, grabbing world buffs is such a huge way to increase leveling speed, and it really helps me mentally as well. 2 buffs you can have pretty much all the time, Onyxia buff and the Rend buff. I highly recommend you have your Hearthstone in either Stormwind or Orgrimmar, so you can get these buffs as often as possible. I also really prioritize the Zandalar buff from Booty Bay. Really good anytime you're leveling in the Eastern Kingdoms for stats and movement speed too. And speaking of movement speed, if you've got the gold, getting minor move speed on your boots is a huge bonus to leveling speed. Then if you've got the money, the Fiery Weapon enchant is incredible for the early game. You can just chew through mobs like they're butter. And if this is your second character, I really recommend mailing essentially heirlooms from the Waylate Supply vendor. You can mail rings, you can mail necklaces. On your main, you can even obtain ring runes that you can mail to your character, and things like 5 MP5 or 26 healing power for a really nice boost. Also, if you've got the gold or the friends, you can summon out to some of the strongest runes for your class. For example, Star Surge on Druid. That'll allow you to one-shot mobs and really just destroy the leveling process. So now you're armed with a plan, from everything from add-ons, leveling zones, dungeons to hit. And with crazy powerful buffs and enchants, leveling has never been faster or easier in classic WoW history. I would love to hear which class you're motivated to level up next. For me, it's definitely going to be a Boomkin for crazy world PvP. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for a big exploits video coming soon. In the meantime, click on this video for the biggest solutions to Phase 5's biggest problems.